Hi again, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of First Person, our weekly interview sponsored by the Buckeye Insurance Group in Piqua and the Coverman Dickerson Insurance Agency, representing Buckeye in Troy, Piqua, and Covington. Basketball again this week with Marcus Bixler, the head basketball coach, boys coach at Franklin Monroe. First of all, it's been a while since we've talked because back in the days, your 2 years at Piqua, we talked all the time then. But it's great to see you again. I know you're off to a great start here, and I know everybody's excited about what you're doing.
It has definitely been a few years, and I appreciate you coming by. It's been a long time seeing you.
Tell us a little bit about 3-0, because you do have a lot of enthusiasm here for Jet basketball, and that's what you do in Pittsburgh in the winter.
It is definitely what we do in the winter, and we kind of got things off to a good note. Double overtime victory opening night against Tri-Village, which will be a team that's up there competing for the conference title. And kids showed a lot of grit. We were down 17 with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and made a good run and really had a chance to put it away in regulation, didn't do so. Had a chance to put it away in overtime, didn't do so. And, you know, I just give all the guys credit in the world because they did a great job of hanging in there through the double overtime, and we got the win. I
know you're bringing back a group of kids this year that were young last year. I made the comment to you before we went on tape here about the post-game speech you gave them in the district tournament last year down at UD Arena. A little passion in that locker room after the game, and obviously they've come back this year and responded.
They have, and it really started in the off season. We have 7 seniors, and they're a very good group of leaders, and they work extremely hard, and they deserve everything they get this year just because of the work they've put in the off season.
I know you're a big guy on the fact of competition and being able to compete. Your kids at Piqua did that. Your kids are doing that here now. You did that as a player. How much of that carries over from the coach's personality to the kids?
I hope a lot of it does, because they see it every night in practice. We don't do free throws, we do free throw competitions. We don't do shell drill, we do shell drill competitions. And night in and night out we do it. And there's winners and losers, and if you lose, you run. And we make it very simple for the guys. The guys know how we try to practice. And really, when you get into a small school atmosphere where you don't have as many kids trying out for stuff, right, you have to find ways to create competition, because that's what you're going to see when Friday and Saturday night roll around. So our kids do a good job during the week getting us ready to go for weekends.
Marcus Bixler is our coach this week, our guest this week on First Person. We'll take this break for the Coverman Dickerson Agency and come back and talk more with Marcus right after this.
The Coverman Dickerson Agency, with offices in Troy, Piqua, and Covington, is pleased to be the sponsoring Buckeye Insurance Group agent for this first-person interview. For farm, auto, and homeowner insurance, Coverman Dickerson is one of the area's fastest-growing Buckeye providers, with a history of service and competitive rates. And we're also an outstanding source of coverage for families with young drivers. For farm, auto, and home policies, call the Coverman Dickerson Agency, proud to represent Buckeye Insurance Group.
Once again, we welcome you back to this week's First Person interview with Marcus Bixler. We're at Franklin Monroe High School. I want to go back to the couple of years that you had in Piqua, because you had a couple of good years there. You had some great kids, the Rolfe brothers, Ryan Musselman, et al. Those guys were competitors. You said it a moment ago, those guys had run through a wall for you. Tell me what you brought. That was your first head coaching position. Tell us what you brought from that experience that's presently serving you well here at Franklin Monroe.
Well, it is just that. You know, you get those kids that want to buy into the program. They taste a little bit of success, and they want more. And, you know, when you do that here in a place like this, and we just, even in our summer workouts last year, the first time I got to be around them, they realized right away practices aren't the same way that they're always going to be. And they get into that. They like that. We carried that over into our first shootout over the summer last summer. Had a really good shootout. We didn't win as many games as we wanted to, but we competed. And we competed with some really, really good competition. So the kids see that, and they continue to buy in. It really just has a snowball effect. And when you get into the second year of it, the guys know what to expect, and they're a little bit more leadership out on the floor. I don't have to do all the encouraging and getting after them. They kind of get after each other. And it's kind of a neat thing to watch. And I always tell our guys, I said, I love coming to practice. That's my favorite thing to do. Because when you get into practice, there's nobody around, there's nobody watching, it's just us. And you can see them get better, you can see them work hard, and it's just very rewarding for me as a coach, just from a basketball standpoint, being in practice every day.
You played here, you grew up here. What's it been like to come back here and coach? Because I know the people here like your enthusiasm, your attitude for competition. They like basketball here.
Oh, absolutely, and it's a fun dynamic. Having been a part of it, have the history and tradition that we do here in terms of being the basketball school. And I really think it's a benefit. I was able to get away for a long enough period of time where I got to experience some other things and do some neat things outside of the community and the county and things like that. And then to come back and take everything that I've learned when I've been gone, and some of the people that better coaches than me have taught me, and use that with the kids that we have here. It's a neat thing, and I hope they take some of the stuff that I teach them and then they move it on wherever they do in their respective lives.
I know you've got a lot of respect for cross-county conference basketball. And again, this year it's going to be very competitive, and it looked to me early on that on any given night, that that old adage, that's going to hold true this year. There's some very good teams, and you're right at the head of the list.
There really is, and this is a year when you look at it, there's 5, 6, 7 teams that have a legitimate chance of winning the conference.
On any given night.
And it is, and it'll make it really, really interesting as it plays out throughout the year. And it's fun when our guys come in. And one of my scouts always posts up the records. So when we come in every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, those records are already posted. The guys can see who won, what's going on, and it just makes it neat. You hear the talking, and we don't talk about conference championships. It's something that I don't believe in. I said we always kind of talk about who we're playing this week, and we focus in on that. But you hear the whispers a little bit in the background, and the kids are excited on it, and hopefully we just can continue the momentum we've started.
Do people in Montgomery County and the Dayton area, basketball-wise, appreciate how good the basketball is in this league?
I don't think that's the case, and I think part of it is due to the fact that it is a 13-team league. So really, you can take any exception to anything you want to say. You say, well, the CCC is really, really good this year, and you'll have a yeah, but. Or the CCC is way down this year, and then you have a yeah, but. So there's so many exceptions because of that 13-team league, people don't want to give it the credit that it's due. But really, when you talk about the level of basketball night in and night out, and when you can put 6 teams, there's not many leagues around here that can say 6 teams have a legitimate chance of winning a conference championship like we can.
I cannot let you go without talking about the new family. You and Abby have a new baby. Tell us a little bit about how that's going. You said it's been a lot of fun.
It's been a blast. Paxton Dane was born October 14th, and I tell you what, man, it's one of the neatest things. And people always tell you, well, it's going to change your life, and it's going to be the greatest thing. And you say, maybe they're just saying that, but man, it truly is the neatest thing in the world. And it makes it hard this time of year. You're gone 13, 14 hours a day, and you come home and maybe get to see him for 2 or 3 hours at the most. But it's been great, and then Abby's doing well, and he's been healthy. So we just count our blessings this time of year.
You got him watching films yet?
No, but he's come in here a couple times, and he's cried when boys aren't playing very well.
I'm sure he has. Marcus Bixler, our guest this week, congratulations to you and Abby for the family, and best of luck to you this year.
Sonny, I appreciate stopping by.
It's always great to visit with you. Marcus Bixler, our guest, again sponsored by Buckeye Insurance Group and the Coverman Dickerson Agency in Troy, Piqua, and Covington. For Coach Bixler, this is Sonny Folks and the sponsors saying thank you for joining us again on First Person. See you again next week here on PressProsMagazine.com.
If you are looking for quality insurance protection from a reliable company, sold by professionals, in communities like yours, that's what you'll get from Buckeye Insurance Group.
Buckeye Insurance Group, insuring the heartland.
To find your local Buckeye agent, visit buckeye-ins.com. Buckeye Insurance Group, insuring the heartland.
Insuring the heartland.